Well, good evening, Bombay. Hope you're doing well. Can you hear me?
Hey, you loud and clear, loud and clear.
Good. I'm
Okay.
buffering on this
I'm
end
I'm
now.
hearing you. I'm hearing you double. I got to mute. Okay, I had the YouTube on too.
Okay, we're good now. Hey guys, I hope everybody is doing well. Thank you guys for tuning in. We are going to get right into it. We are, as you guys know, we're going to weekly oracle tonight, where I will be pulling an oracle card and doing an oracle reading for you guys, getting an overall read of the week. Also, I am going to be doing a special reading on Stargate and her overall view, what's going on with her and why she seems to be having some of the behavior that she's been having lately. And then we're also going to do some Crystal 101 like we usually do and have some discussion as well. I'm also planning on possibly dropping the link tonight if you guys want to go ahead and join the panel and have some discussion. It will be very adult discussions. We're not going to have, difficult conversation with each other. We're not going to go back and forth with each other. So this is not a panel for that. Um, but, I do have a specific opinion about Stargate and regarding this situation. But I did not want to pull cards on her without pulling them with you guys. That way I don't have kind of a premonition of what's happening. I do have sort of an idea of what might be happening with her, but I'm not 100% sure. So we're going to go ahead and pull cards on that to find out. But let's go ahead and start with the weekly oracle reading first. Everybody make sure that you're hitting the like button when you're coming into the show. Truly appreciate that, guys. And let's go ahead and start with a overall reading for the week. What will be the overall reading and the overall feel of the week? Let's see what we get on that, guys. Okay. And like I said, I'm pulling from the African Goddess Rising Oracle deck this week. You do not have to be a female in order for these to resonate with you. The first one that came out is Pleasure, the Goddess Tenet. There's two of them that also came out. One is Queen of Sheba, Secrets Revealed, and the other one is Queen Nandi, Intuition. So let's go ahead and go over what those mean. And again, thank you guys for tuning in. I see that there's a few people there in the clouds. I thank you guys for coming tonight and watching the show. So the first card that comes out is number 11, okay? And that's Tenet. So let's go ahead and read what that is. And I'm also going to show you guys the picture of this beautiful goddess here. All right, so it says Temple Conjurers, Element Air. Tenet was the goddess of the stars in ancient Carthage. Today, all the way over in Ibiza, they still have pleasure-filled full moon midnight table dancing parties in her name. You are thirsty for more pleasure. You can't thrive when life feels dry. You are made of laughter and stardust, not sawdust. Pleasure is your birthright, a gift from the universe. Embodiment. How much juicy pleasure can you stand? Turn up the pleasure principle. You secretly feel that you don't deserve it, but pleasure is a healing and manifesting force. Laughing, loving, and orgasmic joy is holy. Hold your hands over your reproductive area and say aloud, I deserve pleasure. The goddess declaration, it feels good to feel good. What did you get out of that, Dr. Bombay? Because I got a lot from that card just now.
Mm. Well, the mantra part of it, I took from it's an affirmation or an affirming of to oneself that you are deserving, to assist with reinforcing your self-esteem, not the self, and also by declaring oneself as being deserving of having. Now, the pleasure could be interpreted as a lot of things, but as far as if you want to just interpret it as pleasure, that's fine. But understand too, it's not reinforcing a desirous attachment to something, but more so just letting you know that you have value, you have worth, and that you are deserving. I mean, you can't make it any plainer than that, because a lot of time we go around with self-doubt. A lot of time we always think it's the other person, and that type of mindset can create a trap for oneself. So just understand that you are just as worthy as anybody else. You are just as deserving. So that's what that means, to me.
Absolutely. Another thing I got out of that, and I think I've been getting this from a few readings lately, is that there's some people who have reservations about sexuality. Okay. More or less. And I know, well, I can say this coming from a background like being raised as a Jehovah's Witness. A lot of times you're raised in households where sex is taboo, even if it's between married people. It's something that's not talked about. Everybody's kind of secretive and hush hush about everything. And, growing up like that, you kind of question your own sexuality and whether or not it's, normal to have sexual feelings, to be yourself and to be a human being, and it's okay. It's okay to embrace those feelings as long as those things aren't hurting anybody, as long as they're not obsessive or compulsive, or if there's not any type of harm being done to yourself. I don't see anything wrong with embracing your sexuality, and I think you should. And I think it's an important part of your mental health. So
Yes.
definitely, embrace that. Let's go to the next card. You didn't have anything else to say?
No, I was going to say what you just said. And then culturally, a lot of times people will take the pleasure thing and attach guilt to it to make it sound like it's something bad, dark, or evil. So what you just said kind of completed my thought on that. Don't lose the guilt.
Right. Yeah, lose the guilt. It's okay to, like I said, I've been saying a couple of times, you don't have to be a square to be spiritual or to be aware, of thyself. Being aware, part of being aware of thyself is also being aware of every part of you. That includes your sexuality. If you feel like there's a dark part of that sexuality, and this is something I'm getting in my spirit, if you feel like there's a dark part of that sexuality, there's actually a thing you could do. And I'm not trying to say this to take the place of therapy, because you definitely need therapy too. But also, there is a meditation that you could use, and we're actually going to get into a couple of those crystals tonight. But there is a meditation you can actually use where you can go into that specific location and pull out that shadow. There's a specific shadow that might be bothering you. You might be having recurring dreams about something that happened to you as a child or something that's going on. You can actually go in those little corners, those dark places in your psyche, and pull those out and make them a reality, because whatever it is that's haunting you about that, it's going to continue to haunt you until you actually look it in the face. Okay, so you might have to go into meditation about that, and speak with your Reiki specialist or your doctor about that. Definitely. Let's go ahead and talk about the Queen of Sheba. This number is number 36, and this actually came out, and it says it's called Secrets Revealed. So the temple is queens, and the fire is the element is fire. So in the Bible, the wealthy Queen of Sheba brings a caravan of gifts to King Solomon. The Ethiopian holy book reveals that she was their Queen Makeda, and that together they sired King Menelik. Open your eyes, secrets are being revealed. It is safe for you to see the truth. Your inner vision is crystal clear. Embodiment. You don't know what you don't know. Your creator, ancestors, angels, spirits, and ascended masters are whispering to you. This is divine intelligence. Pay close attention. There are things you do not let yourself see. Allow yourself to be guided. Choose your own path. Goddess declaration, I am connected to the divine. That's amazing how that card came out after what I just said, because, it's something how there may be something that is completely still you're dealing with something that's going on in your spirit, and it's affecting your personal life. It's affecting everything around you. but you need to go deep within and you need to deal with whatever that is. And it's okay to. It's okay. You're going to be safe. Everything is going to be fine, but you got to act deal with it, because if you don't, it's going to keep rearing its ugly head. So that's what I'm getting from that. But the secrets that are being revealed to you, you need to listen to them. You need to take heed because something is being said. Anything from that, Bumpy?
If you listen there, if you were listening closely to anyone that's tuning in, it said, choose your own path and allow yourself to be guided. Tap into the divine. If you listen at first glance, it almost sounds like a contradiction. How am I allowing myself to be guided, but I'm also choosing my own path? Well, the thing is there, you as an individual, a perceived self, okay, how can I say this? All right. You are attached to all that is, or what I like to refer to as source. So in one instance, you're a part of a collective, okay? Your divine connection, right? You are being expressed as an individual. That's what gives you and I don't want to say the word illusion of being a self or illusion of being an individual. Well, truly that's what it is. You're actually connected to that which is divine. So
Right.
In one instance, being that you're making choices in your daily life, but you also have maybe desires for things to have happen. Now, that is what you get from your source. When you put an idea out into the universe of that which you want to see have happen in your life, you are affecting that change. That comes from your divine source. So in one instant, you are being guided, and at the same time, you're also making choices. That's what I was trying to say. Forgive me for all the confusion. I was trying to get the thought together.
No, that actually, I appreciated that. That makes sense to me. And being connected to the divine is you. It's your higher self. You know what I mean? Like your higher being, your ancestors, your God, whoever it is that you believe is the higher power, that is the divine. Okay, and you got to tap into that and allow those whispers to come, allow those secrets to be revealed, because when you hear those secrets, apparently the secrets that are coming out are coming for the purpose of healing. Okay, even if it hurts at first. Okay, but the first thing when you break your arm, okay, if you break an arm or if you break your leg or something, the first thing you feel is pain. Okay, that's a sign to your body that there's some trauma, that there's something wrong, and you need to get some help. Okay, that's the sign, is the pain. Okay, so then you got to take it to the doctor. You got to get it set. You got to get it put in a cast. You got to get something done in order for this to heal. Okay, but the first sign is the pain. So you got to feel sometimes, in order for you to get past it. And that's what I'm getting from that. I don't know. That's for somebody. The third one that I got out is intuition. Okay. And it's funny how all these cards are going together, but the number for that is 35, and that's intuition. And Queen Nandi is the god, is the goddess. And she's, of course, the mother of Shaka Zulu, the goddess of the Zulu nation, god of the Zulu nation. So Queen Nandi, goddess of intuition, Zulu. Temple Queen's element is fire. Queen Nandi was the mother of warrior king Shaka Zulu. His father's royal family first rejected her. They said that she wasn't pregnant and her belly resulted from ashiki beetle sting. But Nandi knew her son would be great before he was born. You already know. Take a deep breath and surrender what you know to be true. Trust your inner wisdom and guidance. What is your guidance telling you? Put your hands over your third eye, the center of your forehead, and ask, if I knew what the answer is, what would it be? Then follow your instinct. The creator and your ancestors connect with you through your intuition. Trust your internal GPS. The nudges, signs, and coincidences are divine guidance. Slow down. Go for a walking meditation. Be present with nature and pay attention. Being present allows you to feel, hear, see, and sense your guidance. And the goddess declaration is, I am knowing. Deep. What you have to say, Bombay?
Wow. You shocked me. The last part of that's talking about present moment awareness. Like I've said before in past presentations or future ones that we'll do, it is the present moment is the only a moment where you can exact change into. You can't change the past. You can't do anything about the future. It hasn't happened yet. It's telling you in this particular reading to maintain a present state of mind. See, go back to the last card when you're putting out your thoughts, your ideas of that which you want to create. Now the manifestation is starting to take place. In this instance here, it's telling you to remain centered and remain focused. Now in Zen, they have something that we do called walking meditation. Walking meditation, as you're walking, right? Sometimes you can use your breath, like for instance, as you're counting your steps. How many steps do you have on an inhale? How many steps do you have on an exhale? It focuses you, it centers you into the present moment. So if your mind starts to wander, you can always return. Also, while you're doing any other mundane task like brushing your teeth, washing the dishes, or something like that, you can always return yourself to center and present moment awareness. By doing that, it allows you to reconnect the source and understand that the process that you created is already taking place, and you're simply returned to allowing it. See, it's like when you set something in motion. For instance, if you planted, let's say, tomato seeds, and you're standing there staring at the soil, waiting for the sprout to pop up, and you might want to grab a hold of it and try to yank it to make it grow faster. You can't. You just got to simply tie yourself to the present moment and allow the process to take place. A lot of times when you're anxious or you want to hurry something along because you're not seeing a result, you're creating a lot of anxiety internally and within yourself. And by doing that, you're actually knocking the process out of place, and you're causing yourself a lot of discomfort and suffering that unnecessarily.
Right. Absolutely. What I'm getting out of this too is, like, women, we have a very strong intuition about things. Okay. A lot of times we will, especially when we're younger, we will lie to ourselves, in a sense, meaning that we know the answer already to some things, but because our divine self is telling us, our intuition is letting us know, but we don't want to hear it. So we kind of tune it out. Okay. But in tuning it out and continuing to tune out things, you bring pain to your life. Okay. Literally, you can create your own pain, your own drama by just tuning out things and not paying full attention to what's coming for you. So you need to be paying attention to your intuition, to that gut. I don't know, it could be various things happening. It could be a relationship. It could be something going on with your job, with your finances, with yourself, whatever it is. But your intuition is telling you already, and you just need to go ahead and listen to that. You need to discipline yourself. I'm hearing the word discipline. Like, really, you need to discipline yourself and sit yourself down and handle your business, okay? And actually go with what your gut is telling you. Your gut is not wrong. It's not wrong. You might want it to be wrong, but it's not, okay? So let's pull it together. Freedom is, I pulled out some lovers cards, which is, again, guys, the lovers oracle cards that I have are not necessarily resonating with just people that are in marriages or in relationships. You can be in a relationship with yourself, okay? So freedom is what coming out. There is nothing stopping you. The path is clear if you want it to be. Okay. So that's came out just now. So you need to go ahead and understand that if you want to be free, and look at this lady, there is a rainbow. There's the Ra, the sun behind her, and she's standing, facing the sky, and she is ready to go. She's moving on. Move on. Freedom. Freedom. Your freedom is on the horizon. But you got to listen to your gut. Playfulness. Laughter is the best therapy. Have some fun together, and remember, love is the greatest healer. So playfulness, I don't know, somebody needs to get more playful, in their life this week. Have a little bit more fun. Enjoy life. Live in the moment. That's something we've been talking about, Bombay. Living in the moment. It's important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone. Instead of placing your focus on one another, now is the time to give to yourself. So there's a person here in the middle of this heart that's kind of sitting by themselves. Okay. Sometimes you got to get alone. You got to get by yourself and listen to the divine, hear what's going on within, And the only way you can do that sometimes is shutting the door and getting alone. Okay. Um, yeah, so those are the things. There's another one that came out. It says acceptance is the key to inner peace. At times we must accept things as they are. There is no point change. Okay, there is no point trying to change that which is beyond our control. And there's a person here that's got like the third eye. She's got her crystal on her third eye there, and she understands. She's in complete understanding that she's not in control of everything. Okay, but you got to hear yourself sometimes, and you got to move on. You got to get the fuck up out of there. Okay, got to go on. All right. All right, guys. Let's. Bombay, did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
Not that in particular. It was the one before, but I'm going to tie it back in on the next round.
No, go ahead. Because I was
pretty much.
To get
just to let you all know, you'll hear different terminology. Like you hear me, I quite often say source. I say source because everything emanates from something. Everything goes back to something originally. Even you, every particle, every piece of your body, molecule, atom, aperture, quark, whatever, right? You'll hear the word, like people will say ancestors, where they're referring to a collective group. Some people say God, some people say universe, some people say, when we use these terms, we're talking about a collective. Okay, understand this, and I'm going to say it. It's just you, although you appear as an individual, and I'm not going to go too deep into that, you're still attached and very much a part of the collective. So a lot of what's being discussed here today is how to come to that realization and how to make it work in your life, you know? So that's what it's about. So you'll hear these terms thrown around, but don't let it throw you off. We just speak different languages, but it's the same thing.
Right, absolutely. I think that was important to say, because again, everybody's not religious. I'm not a religious person. I have been to church. I've been through the church. I was raised as a Jehovah's Witness, so I was raised in a Christian household. But no, I'm not religious at all. But I don't knock anybody else's religion. I don't knock anybody else's beliefs. I actually believe that it's important to have a sense of higher power. Even if you're atheist, you believe in just yourself. I still do believe that it's important to have a higher sense of power, so that you can understand that there is hope out here and everything is not all, despair and, and sadness. Mm-hmm. And it's important to get with your higher self to understand that. So what I wanted to do now was get into our crystal corner. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to put up my banner for that. Discuss tonight. One of them is negativity, okay, and the other one was obsession compulsion, okay. So let's get into negativity first, because this is one of the issues that you could use crystals as a remedy for, okay. So negativity, you can easily get trapped kind of in that negative mindset, especially if things aren't going well in life, and unfortunately you can actually get stuck in these types of patterns depending on what's going on. So one of the mantras that you could say is, I release negativity and enter into a positive new future. A meditation that you can do is kind of close your eyes, visualize negativity as a dark cloud lifting out of your body and into the atmosphere. Then once that negative energy has dissipated, you visualize like a white light entering your body and surrounding you. One of the remedies for this, and I don't have all of my crystals in front of me, guys, but I do have this one. I do have a smoky clear quartz or smoky quartz, which is in the quartz family. The smoky quartz is one of the best crystals available for turning negativity around into positive energy. Okay. Also, some other ones you can use is like a citrine. Okay, to keep the positive energy going, you can keep a citrine around. And then also you can use a black tourmaline. Black tourmaline is great for, it's kind of like, works kind of sort of like an obsidian. Okay. So you can use those to absorb negative energy. Okay.
It's a grounding stone also.
What one?
It's a grounding stone
Grounding
too. Like
stone.
for instance, if there's negative energy that's drawn towards you, and let's say for instance you have a crystal grid set up, setting the
I got
tourmaline
one.
at the outskirts of the perimeter, it draws the energy towards it. So it whatever's coming, if it's something that's negative, it'll draw it from
It'll
you
come
pretty
right
much.
into
It's
it.
a grounding, yes.
Yeah, I got my crystal grid right in front of me, actually.
Interesting.
um, yeah. So let me give you guys a quick tip that's actually in the book on negativity. If a negative coworker is affecting you, you can take some black tourmaline and tape it to the bottom of your desk chair and keep it somewhere between the desk and the coworker's desk. And I promise you, all that energy is going to kind of like absorb into that. All right, so that's just one of them. Did you have anything about that one? Anything further, Dr. Bombay?
Nope.
Okay. So let's go ahead and get into the next one, and that is obsession compulsion. Okay. So obsessions and compulsions are two sides of the same coin. Okay. Obsessive thoughts often arise from anxiety, while compulsion is a repetitive behavior that helps relieve some of that anxiety. Now, these remedies can help you relieve the anxiety without resorting to compulsions, and they can be used as a complement to professional behavioral therapy. So again, I wanted to clarify that it is important to discuss and seek therapy with your therapist or with your doctor. Not just using crystals as a end all to everything. No, and you're not gonna say T Pre said it. Okay. So I need you guys to check with your therapist. Also speak with your doctor. But there are quite a bit of holistic doctors out there that do talk about crystals and different things like that. So one of the meditations you can use, one of the mantras you can use is I embrace the uncertainty of life and choose to live peacefully within it. One of the things that Dr. Bombay and I had talked about the other day is that there has to be a balance in how you think in life. You can't think that everything is going to be, perfect all the time. And then you also can't think that everything is going to be negative all the time. Okay. You're actually going to get a kind of a combination of both. It's going to happen. Bad things are going to happen. Good things are going to happen. So you got to remain kind of on a balance. Okay. So if you can embrace that uncertainty will happen, you're kind of going to win every time. And one of the meditations you can use is one of the issues that arises with obsession and compulsion is that your mind gets stuck and into a thought loop. So when this occurs, you want to close your eyes and breathe deeply, repeating a mantra several times until you have reset your thoughts. Okay. One of the remedies for this is an ametrine. An ametrine is kind of a combination of an amethyst and a citrine, both of which can calm any compulsions and obsessions while helping to relax your mind. So the citrine and the amethyst, you don't. Well, here's my amethyst right here. The citrine, I always moving this around. The citrine and the amethyst, you can always use. My amethyst is my go-to for like everything. It kind of sits next to my bed most of the time, or sits somewhere near me. Um, and I even take it with me at times. Okay. And then there is also a Herkimer Diamond. You can wear a Herkimer Diamond around your neck to help release and relieve any stress and also calm you. And this can support you as you learn new thought processes, also amplifying that work. So any type of crystals that are clear quartz can also help amplify the mind and help amplify thought processes. And finally, a citrine or an amethyst can be used for chakra work, okay, as I just kind of said. All right, guys, so that is it with our Crystals 101 for the week. Anything else that you wanted to add to that, Dr. Bombay?
No, you were I mean you covered a lot, and I was trying to keep up actually. Yeah, so the amethyst is a good cleansing stone for chakras. I mean, you were moving quickly. You hit it all. But I like the point that you did make when you said, "Hey, look, don't misunderstand and think, you hold a crystal in your hand and suddenly magic happens. It's not how it works. It's not the end all remedy." Because I used to at the when I was in the office, I would install crystal grids throughout the cubicles, and people kept saying, well, they kept thinking it was some sort of magic. And I said, look, this isn't something that's just going to cure you. You also have to create a mindset. You have to do the work. Okay. It's
Right.
not like a cure all pill. So You know,
Yeah.
let it help you form the intention, and from that, create a mantra to surround that, and then use whatever spiritual practice you have to put in the work.
Right, absolutely. I want to get into comments while we're at it, and then I will be getting right into the Stargate reading. I know you guys are here for that. Shout out to everybody in the comment section. I see a lot of you are out here. Sparkle, Dr. Nikki Proctor Walden, I appreciate you being here. Before I go any further, I want to say, Dr. Nikki, we are, if you'd like to, we can go live tonight on members only. If you want to discuss your side of that issue. If you don't, that's understandable too. I know there are a few of the sisters out here that have been offering their space to discuss this further and give your side of this. But if you don't, that's fine too. But that is open to you if you want to do it publicly or if you want to do it private. Just let me know. Craig Beats, I appreciate you being in the building. Vici, you also, I thank you for being in tonight. Josephine, the chat sector, I appreciate you being in here. Shout out to QT1, I appreciate you. House is in. I appreciate you. Money to burn. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. Sometimes I get carried away. You're in here too. Thank you for coming out. Yeah, everybody, we're about to get to the tea here. If you guys can, there is somebody in the chat that is a bot. If you guys can go ahead and lick that out, I appreciate that. Hey, Couch Potato, I appreciate you. Shock and Ra, I appreciate you too. And also the super chat. You said that you enjoy these discussions so much, especially when you guys talk about meditation. Keep it up. Absolutely, Shakim. I do appreciate that. I really like talking about meditation, talking about crystals, and the usage of them. And, people are not aware of how crystals can be used. And we need to start talking about things like that. So I appreciate that super chat, bro. And for everybody else that I did not mention, there's a living life. I see you. Make a change. I see you, Germ on the board. Thank you for coming in. If you guys, again, I am heavily modded, as you guys can see in the chat. So I'm going to need you guys to get rid of the bots that are in the chat for me, because I'm not in there to be able to get rid of them. But I do appreciate you guys coming in. And thank you guys so much. Thank you guys. All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into this hot tea, okay? I'm going to go ahead and play my little tea beginner for y'all, and then we're going to go ahead and get right into it, because I am really, really interested in what the cards got to say. So let's go ahead.
Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a
this, because this is the moment everybody's been waiting for. I've been waiting on it too, y'all. Like, I really think that there's a lot going on with Stargate. I'm really not sure why baby girl has been acting like, this type of behavior that binary has been displaying is okay and is normal, but it's absolutely not normal. And what we're not going to do is pretend that it is. So what I'd like to do is show you guys what these cards have to say. We're going to get into it and figure out what's up with Stargate. Now, one thing about me, and two things for sure. I am not a two-faced individual. If I'm going to do something or if I'm going to talk about it, you're going to know. Okay? So I definitely let Stargate know yesterday on D. Durrell's channel that I will be pulling cards on her today. Okay? Because I was confused about, and I know Bombay, I didn't want to bring you up and bring you into this, but unfortunately you're into this.
Damn it.
But
it's cool in this space.
Okay. But what I had an issue with yesterday with Stargate was I was expecting her to apologize to you, okay, from what happened with the whole Bombay JJ debacle, okay? And that didn't happen. So I was confused. I was shocked, and I told her about it. I said something about it in her chat. I got blocked by Binary, and so I went on D Durrell's and I said something about it. She still doubled down on her not feeling like she's wrong. So we're going to go ahead and pull cards on why. At first, for a while, I was feeling sorry for Stargate. I really was. I felt like Star was possibly being mistreated, possibly being used by Binary. And I do think there's still some element to that. But I also think she's not as innocent as I thought, okay? Because she seems to be doubling down on this more than you, okay? I mean, more than Binary. Binary even apologized to you about the situation. And he was willing to let it go and say, I'm going to go ahead and hold this L. And Stargate was like, no, we're not going to let you hold the L. No, you're not holding this L. No, listen, no. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what? Why? Why are you so invested in this, baby girl? Why does this bother you to this level? And it's not even bothering Binary. I got a problem with that. So now let's pull cards on this girl and kind of figure out where this is all coming from, okay? Now, keep in mind, y'all, as we get into the white light of tarot, we are going in with a righteous heart. We are coming in with a righteous spirit. We want to know answers, okay? We all deal with each other in this sector, kind of like a dysfunctional family. Shout out to Propane Oak Lane, the dysfunctional family. And, we want to know if people are trying to be deceptive of us, okay? One of the things that stuck out to me is that they were saying that they have reached their financial goal. And you know what? I don't have a problem with people making money on YouTube. Y'all know that about me. I really like the whole idea of YouTube being a side hustle and you can make money off of it, but not when you're causing problems for people and when you're deceitfully doing so. That's an issue, okay? That's a problem, especially when you always got something to say about Umar Johnson or somebody like that. So let's figure out what's going on with Stargate, y'all. And if y'all have any specific questions in the chat for her, on her, let me know, and I'll go ahead and pull the cards on that. But we're going to find out what's going on with Stargate. Is Stargate in here for she in here for deceptive reasons? What's the reason Stargate's in here? What's going on here with Star? Is Stargate in here for deceptive reasons? Is she here for some shit? What is the reason that Stargate is here? What is Stargate's doing here? What is she doing here? Is she being deceptive? What's going on with Stargate? And keep in mind, y'all, I did not do a reading ahead of time so I can get the answer to this. Is Stargate being deceptive with the sector? What's going on, Star? There's a lot of cards coming out in the reverse. So let's go ahead and get into some of these cards. The first card that came out is the Knight of Swords in reverse. So the Knight is kind of like a person you can think of as like a 20-plus-year-old or a teenage-like person who's at war, okay? And that person in the swords or the wands is usually, this is the Knight of Wands. So wands is usually where somebody's manifesting something, okay? When this comes out in the reverse, it means that this kiddish-like mind is not manifesting what they're intending to manifest, okay? And then we had the Lover's card come out. Then we had the 10 of Wands come out in reverse. Okay, so again, Wands means complete manifestation. The 10 usually means there's like a full manifestation of it. And this right here is coming out in the reverse. So that's telling me that, yes, absolutely, there's some type of deception or there's some type of non-manifestation going on. Okay. Then it was the Magician came out. Okay. Then we have the 5 of Wands that came out in the reverse. Okay. Again, non-complete manifestation. We have the 9 of Wands that came out in the positive. So that usually means that something did manifest at some point. You were able to manifest something and it came out perfectly. Okay. The 8 of Cups came out in the positive. So that's usually symbolizing that there's not manifestation, but that there's prosperity in the situation. And then justice came out. No, this isn't justice. This is, I always get this one mixed up. Hold on. This one came out. I'm gonna give you guys this one. This is the 4 of Cups that came out in the positive. So that also is a symbol of completion. It's the human completion of something. And Cups is a symbol of water, that something is coming. Okay, this is what I'm getting from the 4. The 4 of Cups is 2 people coming together to get something done, and it's completed on only a human level. It's not going above that on a spiritual level, but on a human level, it is being completed, and it's manifesting good things, or it's manifesting money in the situation. All right, let me give you guys this one real quick, because I always get him mixed up. I just got them cards. All right, so this is, okay, so that's the Emperor. The Emperor, the Father, came out in the reverse, okay? What is going on here? What you getting? What is going on here? All right, let me get more. I need more. What's going on with Stargate? What is going on with Stargate?
You're hitting on it so far.
They are definitely okay. This is about money for sure.
Exactly.
It's definitely about money. She's not innocent because she's not a knight in the situation. Hold on, this card always messes me up too. This one is the, okay, so this one is Justice. Justice came out in the reverse, so she's definitely not doing this for us. And then the All-Seer came out in the reverse, so she's being deceived herself. And then the 9 of Cups came out in the positive. So baby girl getting money. She getting money. She's not able to manifest it on her own, though. And that's what it is. She's not able to manifest it on her own. She feels like she can't manifest it on her own. Why is the Lover's card coming out, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? I ain't about to pull cards on that. Like, did I just reveal some information? I mean, what's going on? What's happening, Star? But the Lover's card came out, and you're not manifesting your own. You're not getting your manifestations. Binary is the magician for you. He's the magician. He's the one that can bring the money. And yeah, again, you're fumbling that bag. You can't get it. You can't do it on your own. You feel like you can't anyway, but you feel like Binary is the magician. But I don't know. What's up with this card? Like, I'm going back to this. Are y'all fucking? Listen, I'm not saying y'all are. Y'all might not be. But this card did not come out in the negative. It came out in the positive. So either y'all are fucking, or y'all are flirting with each other, or y'all are doing a lot more than people think, because this card came out, baby. Tell me I'm lying.
Stay tuned.
I don't have to pull any other cards. But, I don't feel like I need to. Y'all can tell me. Go ahead, I'm listening.
What was the one card that you pulled where it said something about, you're part of the plot, but it's something above you? I can't remember the card. Forgive me, there were so many. But with that,
this one, the nine of Cups.
No. The nine of Cups actually talked about the two, the couple, But no, there was a card that you pulled where it says, I'm gonna paraphrase, like, you're aware of the plot, you're a part of the plot, but there's something more. In other words,
this one right here.
In other words, she's a part of the subplot. Like, in other words, hey, let's go get this bag. Let's create the controversy. Let's get this bag. But then there is another agenda that's above and beyond that she's not privy to the information on. So in one instance, you're a part of it. But then on the second instance, you're also being manipulated for a different, more, I don't want to say evil. That's not the word I want to, because you didn't pull any cards indicating the purpose. But there's another purpose that's above that, and you're being manipulated for. So,
yeah,
and I would even dare to say, and this is just, I think if you do another reading on this before, it'll actually go more into the whole, the lover aspect of it, and then what's to come. I don't see it being forever sustaining though. And I think other cards will probably reveal that later as well. But yeah, that's definitely, it's like, hey, let me give you, come in here, let's form this. I can give you, I can take you to a certain level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I also, in the back of my mind, I got another plot that's above the subplot, and you're not privy to that. And you're just, that's for me to know. That's what I drew from that.
Yeah, these 3 cards, well, these four cards stood out to me the most in the whole reading. It was the Lover's card, okay? And that came out positive. The All-Seer card came out in the negative. And the Knight of Wands came out in the negative. And then the Magic card, the Magician card, okay? This is definitely binary, okay, in her mind. The Knight of Wands in the reverse is Stargate, okay? We all know Stargate has a childlike mind. Let's just keep it a bean, okay? She's got a younger type mind, and this is in the reverse, which is usually kind of like worse than the situation would generally be. So she's not able, a Knight of Wands would be like somebody who would manifest things from a 20-plus-year-old mindset, okay? And this is in the reverse for her. So she's not even feeling like she's able to manifest anything, basically. Okay. And then this one stood out because binary is kind of like her knight in shining armor when it comes to this whole YouTube thing. But they are lovers. Are they lovers? Like, what the hell?
I think there's a projection. There's a projection of something. Like, for instance, the lovers represents relationship and choices. It's apparent in the spread indicates some decision about an existing relationship, which could also be a friendship, a temptation of the heart, a choice of potential partners. Often an aspect of current life will have to be sacrificed. A bachelorette's lifestyle may be sacrificed and a relationship gained, or vice versa, or one potential partner may be chosen while another is turned down. Whatever the choice is, it should not be made lightly, as the ramifications will be lasting. So who knows? Maybe she has some ideas about what could be a potential. Maybe there's some developed attachment. I'm not sure if it's saying that there's definitely something solidly there, but for instance, if I have an infatuation with a person, maybe I have higher ideas about what could be with this individual. Maybe the Lover's card will manifest or be produced during the reading. So who knows, man? Like I said, more to come,
But she's definitely getting some money out the deal, for sure. Oh, and she's being well compensated for it. It's the 8 of Cups came out, and it came out positive. So baby girl getting money. She's getting paid.
I wrote that in the chat, and it was deleted. The comment was deleted. Which it's definitely it's manipulation on a higher level. You know what I'm saying? Right. And this isn't slander, this is factual. See, the thing is, folks, remember we talked about intention a little while ago. We talked about intentions. So you got to understand, if the intention is monetary gain, and I'm going to create a narrative to draw any attention. You got to understand how the sector moves and works. The sector is being fed. It's being fed its daily drug of drama. That drama, the controversy turns into cash. A lot of us have given money. Think about it. Of all the times, so all of you that have given out cash apps, do you remember when you gave it and why and what was going on at the time? Something in you was being fed. And see, that can be quite profitable. So if a person did want it to create a plot or a plan, they could do that. And guess what? People are going to show up and they're going to pay. Think about it. Especially some of you might have even done this. Have you ever had an enemy within this particular sector, and the person on the panel was actually, the host was an enemy of your enemy, and you felt some sort of elation from that, or you felt a sense of like a release, and you felt like compensating them for that because they were attacking your particular person or what have you? Hey, quite full disclosure, I've done that. I've done that. I've complimented somebody for a roast and said, hey, that was it was more so it was funny. And I said, hey, it was funny. But understand, behind all of that, what was my intention? So like I said, man, it's very profitable.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to make it seem like, I think there's an issue with making money on YouTube, because I don't think that. I actually think that people should actually find various ways to make income. Okay, you should have various sources of income all over the place. It doesn't have to it don't have to be YouTube. It could be anything you want it to be. I have a couple of different side hustles, that bring in income and put additional money into my accounts. And YouTube is one of them. And I don't mind that. And I have fun doing it. I enjoy you guys, and I enjoy the people that enjoy me. So I don't think there's a problem with making money on YouTube. What is a problem is when you are specifically creating narratives amongst people, specifically creating issues amongst people and causing problems and being an agent, basically, an agent of chaos, and causing those issues just to keep stuff started on YouTube, all in the name of making money. All money ain't good money, okay? Especially when it's coming from an evil source and from an evil place, because that money won't last. It won't last. It's not sustaining. It's not anything that could assist you for real longer than, what you can go buy some Chipotle or something with it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's not sustainable. So if you want sustainable income, then you got to come from a righteous place. And this stuff that Stargate has been doing is wrong. I'm sorry. I have a problem with you disparaging Black women and disparaging women for the sake of this guy. Okay, I don't care how much money he's paying you or how much money he's offering you or what he claims to offer you. I don't care what it is. And that's what I just got from that. I'm getting promises of compensation. I'm not getting that you're actually getting full compensation from this. So what I'm getting is promises of compensation, promises of prosperity with this situation, and you're just going with it. And that's not a good thing. It's not good at all. And I also want her to keep in mind the predatory ways of binary, okay? And how binary has always been and has been for a long time what seems to be on a rampage to destroy Black women, to destroy their feelings, to destroy their emotions, to hurt them in some kind of way, in any way he can. He literally gets pleasure from doing this, okay? And he's been able to literally turn her on this stake for months now. Literally turn her around on this stake and just roast her all over this, while everybody else is in the background like, Stargate, get off of the stake. Stargate, get off of the stake. Like, we're off. We're not paying attention to him anymore. We know that this is what he's doing. And she's the only one that's not picking up on that. I need her to pick up on that. For real. She's a woman. She's a mother. And I know damn well she would not be okay with some grown-ass man putting his hands on one of her daughters. And she has a grown daughter. I know she would not be okay with a man groping her daughter at a party. I don't care how old he is. I don't care how old he is. Younger boys that are younger than 19 have gone to jail for less. Okay? So, I don't think it's okay. I don't. What do you think, Bombay?
I think I'm all for the entrepreneurship of earning cash and supplementing one's income. However, understand this, that if the intention is negative or dark, there is a karmic debt that will need to be paid at some point. And I think the cards kind of alluded to that as well. So yes, get your money, but understand at the end of the day, you will have to pay the piper at some point. If it is negative intentions or if it is something that's insidious behind the scenes, That's just my take on that. As far as the situation with again, that even comes down to the support. Like if there is someone that's being abusive towards women or an abuser, or we're not going to use the big words, people get so offended. But you got to understand that too. By supporting that, you're also creating, more karma for yourself that will be reaped at some point. I know you say it's YouTube, but understand this. You're also, remember we talked about earlier being connected to your divine source and how you're creating things in your life. understand that your participation here, you're also, like, a lot of you are creating positive karma now by engaging in this discussion. Understand that while you're doing other things under the guise of effery, you can also generate a lot of negative karma as well. So
yep,
it all comes
absolutely.
down to your intention. Now, if you inadvertently hurt somebody, like you're not trying to, or you didn't have a malevolent intention of doing something, you were being comical or whatever, that's fine. That generates what we call neutral karma, you know. But if it's in your heart and in your mind to actually go out, be evil, cause harm, then you reap what you sow, as the one of those old books say.
Right. Thank you, Vici, for the super chat. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. Let me go ahead. I was just looking through the chat and seeing what you guys' comments are. Let me know what you guys think of all of this. Okay, no problem, QT. I appreciate you coming in, though. But yeah, definitely catch the replay. What we did get from this so far, guys, is that Stargate is in this for the money. It's unfortunate, but she's in this for the money. She really can care less, apparently, about, obviously, money is more important to her than morals in this situation. That's literally what I got out of that. Let's see here. Okay, yeah, I'm glad you guys were here for the reading as well. You said Stargate thinks Binary is her son, not her friend. Well, apparently she thinks he's her lover. Or at least close to it. Anyway, Vici says, for some reason, Star and Binary don't time me out. Even when I'm critical, Star said it doesn't feel like I'm being malicious. I can dig it. Yeah, I don't know. I think Stargate just picks and chooses who she is okay with, you know, saying what they want to say. I think she might not like it, you know, but she picks and chooses literally. And I think the picking and choosing is Binary's choices, for real, to be honest with you. Because Binary was the one that was timing me out yesterday. And then QT said, I caught that Star wanted Bombay to denounce something in behalf of JJ. How that worked? Yeah, how did that work out, Bombay?
No, she's saying, how does that work? Like, how can you ask somebody to do that? Like, where's the logic in that, is what she's saying.
Yeah, I agree. I don't think you owe anybody any explanation about anything. You know what I'm saying? For some reason, people around here think that everybody has this, they have to give everybody an explanation about what they're feeling or an answer to what somebody else is saying. You know what I'm saying? Everything doesn't you know, need an answer, to be honest with you. I don't think so. Hey, We Unlock. You know what? I don't know what happened to your mod stick, bro. But I'm gonna make sure you get one again. I gotta get into the YouTube studio and put that on there. No, YM, we're still on it. Thank you for coming in. I appreciate you. And Craig Beats, I think I said something to you already. Yep. So I'm not going to be much longer. If you guys want to come up and talk, you can let me know. I will put a link in the chat for you guys to come up and talk about it. Yeah, YM. I don't know what was going on with Poison Radio earlier in Brown Sugar Baby's channel, but he's a little weird to me. He's always been weird to me, so I don't know. But nobody cares about what he has to say. I can care less. That's honestly.
And I just wanted to add maybe, and I'm sorry, I don't want to drive that point of that situation too hard there. If you notice that once the plot was over, once the play ended and the curtains called and the actors came out and bowed, and you heard an apology from one side, but you didn't get the apology from the other side. The reason being, two reasons. One, if you look closer and you look deeper into that situation, as I said, always use your insight, not your emotion, and help you see clearer. You'll notice that during the conversation of those previous lives, there were references to our skirmish from a prior date, namely December 31st. There's some residuals left over from that, and that's why the individual didn't relinquish their I'm going to apologize, I'm going to let it go. That's why it's not being let go. So that right there, that also helped to reveal the plot. if you're holding on to something and you have no logical reason for holding on to it, saying, well, I believe this and I'm speculating, and you're creating these reasons to hold on, then it's either A, like I said, you have an attachment to an idea or some past feeling, or B, it's all a plot, it's all a ploy, because it doesn't make any logical sense. So, but in my case, where I stand as an individual, like I told you all, December 31st ended the last year. My path has gone in another direction. I don't have an attachment to it either way. I don't need or not need or have to have anyone's anything. So that is a choice. Like I said before, you can always make a choice. You don't have to respond if you don't want to. You don't have to accept something, even if it's an apology or not. You don't have to hold on to the idea that you didn't get justice, because all that's going to do is create an internal war inside yourself. That's going to disturb your own inner peace and throw you into turmoil. Meanwhile, the other people go on with their lives. And in some cases, it's their objective to create that hurricane inside your mind. So, you know, put up your psychic self-defense and build up and increase your spiritual practice, whatever it may be.
And I appreciate you saying, like, build up your self-defense, meaning
psychic self-defense.
Your psychic self, meaning protect your mind. Okay. If somebody is bothering you or hurting you, quote unquote, on YouTube to the level, that you feel like you need to be calling authorities or you need to be contacting, various places and calling therapists and all this other stuff. And I'm not trying to in any way knock mental health, but at some point, there has to be a point where you practice self-care, okay? You have to turn away. You got to shut shit off. You got to stop actually tuning into stuff, you know what I'm saying? And beating yourself down with what is hurting you so bad or what's hurting you so much. If these are the things that are happening, you need to be, putting that type of stuff into perspective and putting that stuff in order. You shouldn't continue to go through the same thing and continue to put yourself through the same situations. It's not that serious. You know what I mean? So for Stargate, what I'm really feeling like is happening with her, I really feel like there's a sense of loneliness. Like that's what I'm getting from her. I'm getting a real sense of loneliness, almost a sad loneliness. Okay. And she's reaching out and grabbing a hold of anything and anyone that will love her. Okay, that's literally what I feel like is happening. But she's got to start. You got to love yourself. You got to love yourself first. And I know that's not easy to do if you're coming from a place where you haven't loved yourself in a long time. But you got to figure that out. I'm here to help you if you want. There's different things that I do to take care of myself. One of the things I do, for instance, I always buy myself something. Every single time money hits my account, I literally go and purchase myself something. I don't care what it is. It could be an ice cream cone, which I need to leave those alone. It could be, just something that will make me smile, something that will make me happy, something that will, make me feel good. I'm going to go and do that for myself. So that's one thing I do. I practice mantras. I say different things to myself every single day. I have a list of mantras that are on my bathroom, well, actually, they're not there anymore. They used to be on my bathroom mirror. And I used to read a different mantra every single day and say something positive to myself. But I still do that. I just don't do it in the mirror anymore. But, those are some of the things that you could do to love yourself. But loving yourself comes first. Clearly, there is a lack of love of yourself. If you're putting this man and his unhealthy ways before your own morals, clearly, and like I said, you have a daughter, you have two daughters. So, and one of your daughters, I believe, is like 25 or so. I know that there's no way you would be okay with any man doing this to your child. So I don't care what's going, how it's going. At the end of the day, he set himself up for people to feel that he is a predator. That's not anybody else's fault. That's not anybody else's situation. So I just wanted to put that out there. If nobody else is coming up, if there isn't anything else, did you have anything that you wanted to add or anything?
No, not really. I just want to say, join us here Thursday mornings at 7 a.m. for mantras and other things with inspirations with Dr. Bombay and T. Pre.
Yep. And I'm not going to do a members only live tonight. I think we had enough of this unless you guys wanted to do a deeper conversation. If you do, we'll go ahead and do that probably next week. Now, I will give you guys a little bit of what I might do next week. Okay. I did do a reading on Binary's wife a little bit earlier myself. Okay. And I don't think she's aware of as much as Binary is telling us. Okay. And I'm gonna do that reading in front of you guys next week. I think I'm gonna go ahead and do that as the Sector's T. And just do that reading because he's trying to make it like as if his wife is just aware of all of this stuff and all of the groping he did and all the horrible things he did back in the day, and she's just so comfortable with everything and everything is cool. Yeah, I did a reading and it didn't tell me that. Okay, so I'm going to do that reading in front of you guys. I'm going to go a little bit extensive into it, a little bit further, and we'll do that next week. Okay. All right. If there isn't anything else, then I really appreciate you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys for being loyal to the show as well as loyal to my channel and loyal to Dr. Bombay too. And if there isn't anything else, I'm going to go ahead and end it here. And thank you guys. And whoever's going live after this, I appreciate it. I'll probably be over there. And namaste, guys.